So the most popular language for writing smart contracts on Ethereum and any EVM compatible chain is Solidity. So Solidity was specifically created by the Ethereum Foundation for smart contract development, and it's constantly being updated. So like there are other languages also, but Solidity is the language which is used for Chainlink and smart contracts, and it's the most popular one. So we will just go through this language only. And for non-EVM compatible chains, there are various languages like Rust and C, which can be used to write on chains like Solana, which are non-EVM compatible. So I'm considering that you are aware about like other programming languages, particularly C or Java or Python or JavaScript. So you might be aware of the term called object-oriented language, like which supports class and instantiation of a class using a particular object and all. So Solidity is also a object-oriented, or we can say contact-oriented language. So let's see a brief about Solidity as well. So you can just click on this Solidity official documentation, where you can see Solidity is a curly bracket language. So it is influenced by C++, JavaScript, like similar to C, C++, and JavaScript or Java. It's a curly bracket language. So what does a curly bracket language means? Let me just give you some examples. So like a curly bracket means like a particular segment, say a class or say a for loop, it starts with the curly bracket, and then we also close the same with the curly bracket. So whatever is written between those curly bracket is considered as a particular fragment or particular block, we can say block of code. So let's see an example in terms of C. So where we see like a function called main function, which starts the program, and then we are seeing a for loop inside it where the curly bracket starts and then closes here. And so whatever code is written from line 7 to 10 will be a part of the for loop, and then we are executing this if condition and checking if a number is even. By checking if it is divisible by 2, then we are printing it. So it's a simple program to print the even numbers between 1 and 10. So it's written in C, and then we can also see a similar example in Java where we are iterating from 19 to 22, and then we are having another loop. So here also you are seeing curly brackets, like one curly bracket opens here, then there is another one. So you can see it's a nested loop. One loop is this and the second loop is inside this loop, and then we are printing the values of x and y. So it's an example of a curly bracket usages in Java, and then we can also see the same in JavaScript where we have defined this array, and then we are printing the name of a student. So like Solidity is also similar to this kind of syntax. Let's move back. So Solidity is statically typed, supports inheritance, libraries, and complex user defined types. So by statically typed means like the way you are seeing in these languages. So like in this language you are seeing we have just defined constant students, like we are not defining that like the static type of this particular array. So like it's storing like an array of strings, but we haven't defined a string anywhere. So it's dynamically typed. So the type will be assigned at the runtime. And but in this case you are seeing we are defined the type of x as integer. So it's statically typed. And here also we are defining the type as int, but here while iterating the for loop we are just giving let index. So we are not defining a particular static type or like a base type, like the integer, like the basic data types that are there in any programming languages like integer, boolean, float, string, etc. We haven't defined those kind of types in dynamically typed languages because they will take the type of that particular variable at the runtime. But in case of languages like Java and C, we have to define the type at the compile time. So it will just take the type at the compile time itself. That's why they are statically typed. So similar to C and Java, Solidity is also statically typed, and it supports inheritance, means one, like the way we see in Java or C++, like one class can inherit another. So in Solidity also one contract can inherit another contract, and libraries are also there, and complex user defined types are there as well, like struct and all. So with Solidity you can like create any kind of contract such as voting or insurance contract, crowdfunding, etc. Like that can be utilized in various decentralized applications that you will see when you get experience with the with using the language. You can build your own contracts and all, and you will also come across various kind of contracts in the DeFi world used by various dApps and all. So that will give you a lot of experience related to what kind of contracts that are generally written nowadays. So sky is the limit, you can write any type of contracts. Now we will see about the syntax of Solidity, like a particular syntax while writing a simple contract.